I'm not what I would consider a trendy person, but last year, around this time of year, or for fall and winter, I got really bored with my wardrobe. I felt like I was wearing the same old thing, the same old colors, and the same old styles. So I decided this year I was going to spend a little bit of time investigating fall trends and see if there are a few that I can get excited about including in my wardrobe for the upcoming colder months. And while I was at it, I figured I would share those with you and just share the ones I found that were very wearable, that I could definitely try, and see if maybe I could inspire you to do the same. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Izzy, and this channel is all about sewing. I do love to talk about pattern reviews, styling tips, fitting tips, and all of that good stuff when I make garments. I do also throw in a quilt or two just for fun. Like I said, in today's video, I'm going to share a few trends that I'm going to try and infuse or incorporate into my fall and winter wardrobe this year. Now, in my research, I found a lot of different trends, like many things. Sometimes it feels as though you can read 3 different articles or watch 3 different videos and get 3 very different takes on what the trends will be. But I picked, like I said, just a few that I wanted to share with you that I will try and use a little bit in my wardrobe this year. Now, I was heavily influenced by the fact that I'm a member of the Everyday Style Circle, and Jennifer, who leads the circle or who's the company owner, does put out a capsule guide every season. So I always download the guide and kind of get inspired a little bit about some of the pieces. But this season, I decided to really stretch myself and try and follow the guide a little bit more. So some of my plans or ideas are heavily derived from Everyday Style and Everyday Style Circle. But I did branch out in my research and looked at other vloggers, other stylists, read some articles. So yeah, there's a little bit of everything in this video. All right, let's start with colors. So let's set the stage and talk about colors. This season, you go from the very dark to the very soft. So some of the colors that are going to be trending hard in the fall are what I would say like expected, something you see, I feel like you see every fall. So we're talking brown, chocolate brown, mocha mousse, which was the Pantone color of the year, which is a much softer brown, burgundy, which feels like has been around for a few years now, and I'm super happy about it because burgundy is probably one of my favorite colors for fall and winter. You've got cherry red, which is a very bright, cool red. And then on the softer side of things, you've got a sage green, and then it's a pink, but it's not a bubblegum pink. It's a mauve-y kind of pink. So it borders a little bit on purple, lavender, that kind of thing. Now, except for the bright cherry red and the burgundy and the sage green, none of those colors are in my color palette. So I'm a twilight winter, according to the color guru. I did get my colors professionally done a few years back, and there are no browns at all on my color card. But I decided to go for maybe a few colors I'm going to try and use strategically in my wardrobe. So I will use browns, chocolate brown, espresso brown, like a really dark, almost black brown. I'm going to try and use it maybe for bottoms like skirts and pants, for accessories like boots and bags. Don't know that I'll put brown right up against my face. And if I do, then I'm going to layer it with a color that's going to complement me a little bit more. But I am willing to throw caution to the wind and just have fun with the colors this year. So my color palette for fall winter, the one I'm going to use to make most of my pieces this year, is going to be a navy as a neutral, because I'm tired of wearing black. I'm going to use ivory as my light neutral, because a very bright white in the fall winter, and also I'm afraid it's going to be a little bit jarring with the rest of my color palette. So I'm going to try an ivory. So I don't really want to go for an off-white or eggshell or almost beige color, because that does not suit me at all. But an ivory leaning towards the white should work. For my accent colors, I'm going to go with a chocolate brown. I'm going to go with a light pink. And for my third accent, I think I'm going to go with like a green. I haven't decided what shade of green, because every shade of green is going to be trendy at some point in the fall winter. We're going to see emerald green right around the holidays. Early fall, we're seeing sage green, but I expect that as we get into winter, we're going to see like the darker, like spruce tree green and hunter green and all of that good stuff. So that's going to be my color palette. Oh, and burgundy. Burgundy, how can I forget about burgundy? There will be lots of burgundy pieces in my wardrobe this year. Also, this color palette of navy, ivory, burgundy, green, pink, chocolate brown, I find that I can, no matter what color palette you are or what season you are, you can probably find a shade that's going to work for you. So for example, Marianne is a summer, so muted tones look best on her. So I think we can try and find a green that's going to look great on her, a pink that's going to look great on her. Brown, she can do like a very soft brown. So yeah, we're going to play around in that palette for this year and see how it goes. So those are the color trends this year. Styles and silhouette trends. I grabbed a couple that I really want to try, and actually will try, because I did make a few purchases, like ready to wear pieces, that I didn't want to go through the trouble of finding the perfect fabric. I know I could have probably found a pattern for all of these, but some of them I bought ready to wear. It's just ready for me to grab whenever the temperatures start dipping a little bit more. Let's start with skirts. I've never been a fan of skirts, but this year, again, I want to try different things. I will make myself some skirts. And actually, to motivate me even further, I've decided to have a fun collaboration on the channel with two other vloggers. So Christine, my wonderful friend Christine from Christine Sews a Lot, and Agatha from In Agatha's Cottage. The three of us are going to make skirts in the month of October and share all of the details on our channels. But yeah, I will definitely make at least one skirt. Now the trend for skirts this season is a little bit shorter. So we're used to lots of maxis, lots of middies that almost go maxi. This year, the length is at the knee, a little bit above the knee, or a little bit below the knee, especially for women over 40. Not that I believe any of that stuff. I feel you need to wear just what you love, but I'm not going to go around town or go to work in a mini skirt. But I will definitely make myself at least one skirt, make it end at the knee, wear it with tall boots, and I think it's going to be really nice for the office. So that's the first silhouette or style trend for the season, which I'm super excited about. The other thing is stripes. So sporty stripes, more specifically. So a rugby style shirt with very wide stripes. Now, Because I'm busty, I've always stayed away from very wide stripes. Most of the striped tops I wear, the stripes are fairly small, but I feel like if I'm able to balance my top and bottom, I can get away with wider stripes at the top in a rugby style shirt. And actually, that's one of the pieces I bought ready to wear. I just could not be bothered to look for this perfect fabric with the perfect stripes and the perfect colors I was looking for. And I love the style of a rugby shirt with the collar and the V-neck. So I bought that piece ready to wear, but like rugby style stripes are super trendy this season. Another stripe that's making a comeback, because I remember them from last year, are stripes down the side of trousers or athleisure type pants. I like that look, I really, really do, and super easy to insert a stripe into pretty much any pant pattern. So I might give that one another shot. I made myself some slow pants years ago now in a gray sweatshirting type thing, and they had a pink stripe down the sides. Super cute. Love that style. So I may try and make myself a new pair of athleisure pants with the stripes down the sides. I think that's really, really cute. And then there are ruffles and peplums everywhere. That's one theme that I found across many, many sites, many videos, many articles. Ruffles everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Like dresses with ruffles at the neck, at the sleeves, at the waist, at the bottom. Like overload of ruffles. Now that's not my style. I'm not gonna go all out with the ruffles, but I do like a little bit of a ruffle. I like a little bit of a ruffle around the neck. I like a little bit of a ruffle around the sleeve or the sleeve head. And I do enjoy a little ruffle at the hem of a top. I also really like peplums. Peplums are really good for my body shape. I'm a rectangle who comes in a tiny bit at the waist. Like I don't have a big difference between my waist and my hips, but there is a small difference there. And wearing a peplum or making myself a peplum top in a pretty structured fabric really accentuates the fact that there is a waist in there somewhere. So I might try and create a nice blouse with a peplum for this fall, because yeah, I really love the look. So ruffles in small doses for me, but we'll definitely put a peplum top somewhere in my plans. And I have a few patterns I can choose from. I wouldn't even need to buy any patterns for this. All right, let's talk about prints a little bit. So animal print are not going anywhere. There's still a lot of them. Leopard print and snake prints in particular. There's also this cow print trend. I'm not going to wear a cow print anything. I'm just going to put that out there. That's one I will definitely leave to the side and let other people enjoy that one. I don't know that I would wear a leopard print dress, for example, or a leopard print blouse. Same thing for snake print, which I don't particularly like anyways. But I do want to have some fun with animal prints in my accessories this year. So I'm thinking a belt in leopard print, or a pair of shoes, or maybe a small bag. So although I'm probably not going to be dressing in head to toe leopard print this year, that's just not my style, I do want to have a little bit of fun with that one and see if I can, like if I'm wearing head to toe, if I make, for example, a chocolate brown jacket and a pair of trousers and then a cute little pink top to wear with it, then an animal print belt or animal print shoes might be super cute and just the amount of animal print that I would be comfortable with. So yeah, So animal prints, big, big, big again this year. They never really went anywhere. Plaid is also trending, but it's a different kind of plaid this year. It's smaller. It's yeah, it's smaller. It's more toned down a little bit. There are no big buffalo checks or super large scale plaids. It's more on the tiny side of things, almost like menswear, basically, very toned down. So love that. I absolutely love that. And I actually bought myself a ready-to-wear blazer in a brown and burgundy plaid that I absolutely love. It's lined, it's got shoulder pads. It would have taken me, I don't know how long to make myself one of those. And yeah, I found one in a shop. I just bought it right there and then. And I will be wearing it to the office, hopefully, with a pair of brown trousers I'm going to make for myself at some point. So yeah, plaid, big, big, big. Polka dots are also still around. Now, polka dots are usually like a spring, summer type print, but according to my research, they're sticking around for fall this year. But think like big dots. So I love a polka dot, but I don't love them that big. I might continue to wear, I have a couple of garments with small, small polka dots. I'm going to continue to wear those, but I'm not going to make myself anything in polka dot fabric this season just because the big dots are just not for me. So, but something to keep in mind, the bigger dots are more trendy if you want to look trendy. So those are the big trends I wanted to chat to you about. So the colors, the different silhouettes, and then the different prints that I will definitely be infusing in my wardrobe. I'm actually really, really excited about brown, chocolate brown, which is a weird thing to say because who gets excited about brown? But I've already purchased some brown. They're lighter than chocolate brown. They're almost like cinnamon brown. They're a suede tall boot. Slouchy, that's another trendy thing for boots and bags this season, like the slouchy look. So not so structured and tailored and really stiff leather. So it's all about soft, slouchy suede in your tall boots and in your bags. So I have found a pair of boots and a matching bag that I'm gonna use this fall. I don't think I've ever owned brown accessories before. Brown has just never been on my radar, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. Would love to know what you think. Are you excited about any of these, or are they just things that you wear anyways? So those line up perfectly with your style and you're going to be extra trendy this fall, winter? Or are these a little bit outside of your comfort zone? I would love to know, so leave some comments below and let's have a chat. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a like on your way out if you liked it. Tell me in the comments if this was helpful, if this was fun, if you enjoy that kind of content, because I really enjoyed working on it. I enjoyed doing all of the research. I enjoyed really picking the trends that I was going to talk to you about and the ones I was going to use. So if you really enjoyed it, let me know. I would love to make some more content like that for you. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can get more content like this. All right, thanks again, and I will see you soon.